Cuts, cuts, and more cuts. That's the name of today's game. We saw earlier today that Disney is slashing 7,000 jobs at their company. And now, of course, we have an announcement that they're going to be making less Scooby-Doo over at Warner Brothers. Shocker, shocker. If you have not followed the Velma controversy so far, of course, they've been pushing the LGBTQ agenda on a kid's cartoon. It's absolutely crazy, and this is just the beginning. They've been trying to make this grooming thing happen for a long time. And of course, they love doing this with like beloved properties from everybody else's childhoods. That's always their favorite thing to do because they know that if they just launch their own character with this stuff, nobody would watch it and be dead in the water right away. You brand it Scooby-Doo, and you might get some people watching it right away, but it's only because of the controversy element that's going to die off pretty quickly, and we're seeing that now with what they did with Velma. All right, my name is John Delarose. I am a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator, and I am trying to present a alternative to Marvel and DC Comics by making my own. I've got Flying Sparks Ultralight Beams, which I just did on Kickstarter to over $20,000, and I've got it up on a pre-order store now in case you missed that campaign. I've got my different versions right here with all 5 volumes you can get on my pre-order store if you haven't seen the book before. Over 300 pages of content overall. Volume 5 is the one that just dropped. That's the Ultralight Beams. You can read this on your own. I mean, it's got its own storyline to it, but everything builds up over the first 4 volumes to get to this. So I definitely recommend the whole thing. I've also got all my other awesome comic book properties on here. If something speaks to you, please check it out and support the channel by getting our books. Really fantastic stuff. You're going to love it, I promise. If you love old comics, 80s stuff especially, this is definitely going to be up your wheelhouse. Thank you so much for being there. All right, the link's in the description below, too. HBO reportedly pulls a second Scooby-Doo project from its service mid-production. Wow, this is crazy. HBO Max seems to have given up on another Scooby-Doo project in development. Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Pups was a CG animated program aimed at preschoolers, of course, announced as it was given to David Zaslav. Now, you know that they were going to push weird stuff on preschoolers because they're pushing weird stuff on everybody else. Unlike the critically panned disaster that's Velma, which is getting another season, Insiders claims that Warner's is passing on the former. A post from a fan-run animation on HBO Max Twitter account is one source that claims Mystery Pups was pulled mid-production. Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Pups no longer moving forward at HBO Max, they say. Production on the series is wrapped early since it does not have a home, but may continue in the future if it finds a new distributor. Now, this is interesting, as Zaslav, ever since he's come on, has actually been pulling projects that have been produced and have been done, the most famous of which was the Batgirl movie, which apparently is completely done, but it was such a train wreck to the franchise with such a diversity, replacement characters, and things like that, that it would have just destroyed the Batman franchise for a long time, and they knew it. So they just shelved the whole thing rather than have that go out there and take a loss or even break even at the expense of the brand. Now, I really think that Scooby-Doo as a brand has taken some pretty big hits over the last couple of years. We know that Velma is in its little diversity protection right now to where it's going to get another season. They probably already had that produced too. But that's not going to go for much longer. And any sort of side projects now are being torched because Velma's performing so poorly and because the fans hate it so much that it's hurting the brand on every single level. You don't want to put your preschoolers in front of an LGBTIAQ trans, drag show lecture with puppies, right? And so you know that people are thinking that this is going to be coming from such a property at this point, and so people are not going to be letting their kids tune into this, and so just get rid of it right away. That's exactly the thought behind this. Easy stuff to do. Now, Zaslav's making some good moves, and I think Disney, with its cuts, also are making good moves too. They're doing it because the pressure's so immense. Don't get me wrong. These people are not doing it because they've seen the error in their ways. They just know that the money now is not flowing in like it used to be. It's a big problem for these companies, and they are forced to dial things back. They're going to push again eventually, but right now, we can at least savor some of our victories and also support independent projects that are a good alternative towards this. Let's build some stuff like Flying Sparks up so that they can make TV shows and movies of this. I mean, gosh, how cool would that be? And then we'd make sure that there wouldn't be a woke version of it because I'd be in control. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button, of course. Go down below, hit that Flying Sparks, check out my comics, and I appreciate you guys for being there. See you.